Hello guys, Blagaga here. Today I want to talk about a favorite three-eyed furball, Sangan. As some of you may have noticed, Sangan was recently reprinted in the new duelist pack Rivals of the Pharaoh. But not only that, he also got an errata, a new Cardtext. In this video I will talk about the changes and why they were necessary, as well as the lore behind this cute little guy. So here's the old card with its old effect. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. Pretty simple, right? And here's the new one. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add one monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck to your hand. But you cannot activate cards or the effect of cards with the same name for the rest of the turn. You can only use this effect of Sangan once per turn. So what are the changes? There are actually 3 text changes. First, Sangan was buffed. His effect now starts with if instead of when. For non-Yu-Gi-Oh players that doesn't seem worth mentioning, but we all know that those two words make a big difference. If effects, unlike when effects, can't miss their timing. Because of that, effects that start with the word if are always better than effects that start with the word when. Second change. You can't use the monster you added to your hand in the same turn. That was kinda necessary because you could also assert Sangan with its own effect, although it wasn't the reason why this card was banned. It was because the third change didn't exist. You can only use this effect of Sangan once per turn, a restriction that is pretty common for today's cards but wasn't in the past. Because of this, you could use Sangan's search effect as often as you wanted. And that led to some really crazy plays, especially with Tour Guide from the Underworld. Back in the day, Sangan's effect did actually trigger when he was detached from SNXZ material. Because of that, you could search Tour Guide of the Underworld again to use Sangan again. So if you are not familiar with the combo, you summon Tour Guide from the Underworld, you special summon Sangan, went into an XYZ monster, detached Sangan, searched the next Tour Guide from the Underworld, and next turn you could special summon another XYZ monster. So how strong is the new Sangan? In my opinion, it was nerfed a little bit too hard. The "you can only use this effect of Sangan once per turn" clause would have been enough. Now it's really hard to find a use for him because his effect is so slow. That said, it is time to unban this card. The OCG just recently got Sangan back to 3. But I guess Konami will bring him first back at 1 just to test the impact in the TCG. Although Dark Magician of Chaos wasn't unbanned as soon as he got his errata. But it was only after the second ban list, after his text changed, that he was unbanned. Same thing could happen with Sangan. But we could know that earlier. Because there has to be a card referring to Sangan's unban in one of the next few sets to complete the lore about him. So if you are not familiar with this lore, here's a quick recap. Sangan went on a vacation with 2 bus from the Underworld. Sadly he made a mistake and took the wrong bus. He entered the tour bus from the Forbidden Realms. After noticing his mistake, he called a taxi and wanted to drive back home. Unfortunately, the driver smuggled an illegal pot of greed in his car and he got arrested by the police. He was mistakenly accused to be the smuggler and sent to prison. Now this is just a short story how the Tour Guide from the Underworld combo together with Sangan was broken, and Sangan justifying himself, saying, "Look at me, I'm not a pot of greed or Witch of the Black Forest, I'm balanced." Well, with this errata he definitely is. So let's see which new card will end the lore around this three-eyed furball. Maybe the card could be called Final Release or something like that. If you have an appropriate name for the card like this, write it in the comments, of course with an appertain effect. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or sub to my channel, helps me a lot. Have a great day, till next time, bye.